going on, Kyle?
What's up, dude?
Welcome to Roy Brothers
Yes, welcome to episode one of the Roy Brothers podcast. We got my best friend Kyle Cote here with
on the
us,
casting couch.
and yeah, the Roy
With a
Brothers
pole
casting
right in
couch is
between my ass cheeks
yeah,
right now. This is great.
yeah. You got the
And
best
I'm
seat in the house.
sandwiched between two boys.
This is a,
This
Excited
is
to
a
have you on, man.
whole lot of love.
we learn comedians and tell them we tell
Not the
them it's
love I
the
usually am into, but
yeah we learn comedians to tell them it's the Roy Brothers podcast. We just actually fucking into casting couches. Take your pants off. No, seriously though, but we are here with Kyle Cote, my best friend here. He's close to us, and we want to pretty much, just go over things with you as a comedian, Kyle, and just take it from there and fucking, bullshit along the way. So, yeah, man, you got me and Rob into this whole
Oh yeah,
thing doing comedy, so we appreciate it. Um,
no, absolutely. I'm so glad that you guys actually picked up on it and loved it as much as you guys have. Honestly, I've seen a lot of people get into comedy in the last few years that I've been doing it, and some people they'll go out and they'll do it for a little bit and they'll just kind of give up,
mhm,
and I don't think that that's the way to go.
yeah,
I think it's you guys have also been so into it that I feel like it's just I don't see you guys doing that, but you guys are crushing it
hmm
for just you
appreciate
guys are
that.
going out and doing mics and going and staying active with it and saying you guys love the community so much and that you guys made your own podcast.
hmm yeah,
Yeah,
man, and
It
you're our first guest, dude.
no it means a lot.
Yeah, but like I
oh yeah.
said, if it wasn't, I guess what I'm trying to highlight is that if it wasn't for you, man, me and Rob wouldn't be doing this podcast. We wouldn't have gone started John Peralta's comedy class, um, and yeah, so here
That
we
means
are
a lot to
today.
hear.
Yeah, man, we're having a lot of fun, and um, but my question would be, Kyle, like, so we know how we got our, we know people know how we got our start. We can talk about it all day, but what got your start in comedy? What made you get into this?
um Honestly, comedy has always been a very important thing to me, but I always had stage fright, so I didn't want to do it. And
Mm,
I finally had gotten over that. I was like, how many chances do you have in life to do what you love? So I just said,
true that.
screw it. And, a few years back, I just started doing comedy. I finally just got
hmm
over that hump of being nervous and getting in front of people. And I
hmm
just started, embracing it.
hmm
Like, what's better than that ice breaking, laugh
hmm
that you get when you go up there? It's
Yeah,
like
dude.
you feel so good. You're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I can do this. Like I'm capable of this, and it's just absolutely amazing.
hmm
So
I'll never forget one time I went to one of your shows before I started, and you got up there, you were ripping jokes, and everyone was laughing, and then I don't know what happened, but it went totally quiet, and you were like, "I love this silence.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually remember that.
I thrive in this." And I was like,
That's
"God
probably at,
damn,
at the comedy park.
yeah, that was awesome."
Some,
And when you said that, it's like there was some tension, but it immediately broke, and I was like, "I'm watching a master of his craft right now."
well, I think too, it's
no,
like,
that's I appreciate
I mean, it
that,
felt
but
like it.
that
It felt so fluid and it's just so,
thank you.
you
well,
know
I
what I
think
mean?
that like makes the crowd laugh too at the same time. If you just acknowledge like, oh, like this is happening, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But I remember, I know what you're talking about. I remember that too. That's probably the show we went to where he, at the comedy park, we took a selfie with him. I remember that. You weren't
I
Yeah,
don't.
there.
yeah,
No,
well,
me and him were
I
drinking
was like, I
this
don't either.
peanut butter vodka shots or
no,
something. I forget what it
peanut
was.
butter vodka.
I don't know
No,
what the
no,
hell
peanut butter whiskey.
it was.
Get it
It's
straight.
peanut butter. You got the peanut butter part right,
Get
but
it
I'm
right.
the fattest one. No, I'm kidding.
Get it right. Fucking.
I am
You guys should have a
absolutely
gut
the
measuring
fattest one.
I,
contest.
I
No,
I won
are you
third in the
kidding
gut
me?
measuring contest. I
Yeah,
don't know if
well,
they
you
can
would
see on
not beat
camera, but
me.
Randy from
Yeah,
Trailer
that guy
Park
right there.
Boys measured my gut
Yeah, if you guys have seen
That's
at
awesome.
Alchemy in Providence.
yeah,
Third
Well,
place.
I would have definitely been in the top three if I
yeah,
was there. Easy, probably number one.
that's funny.
Hell yeah.
It- but it's all right.
That's funny. Well, you
Gotta
got.
love it.
If you know, you know.
Oh God, I went on
Sorry, you
this.
gotta throw some dad jokes in there once in a while.
Right. Well, like dad jokes and stuff
Cheers,
like that.
cheers to that.
And you know what? Cheers. Cheers to have you on the
Oh,
podcast.
hell yeah.
One
Great
beer
to
a
be here.
month. All right, I'm not a drinker, but I figured I'd break out the Step Brothers mug and some Canadian beer with you guys to celebrate.
Canadian beer. You know, we don't
It's
care
good.
about those tariffs, okay?
Oh boy, getting
Uh-oh.
political.
No political, but
How about these fluffy microphones?
there you go. Good transition.
No, just kidding.
They're
Yeah.
good. If we get loud though, maybe we should kind of do
I
this.
kind of like these
Bring it
things.
away
It's
a little
almost
bit.
like a little makeup brush.
I see. I caught it. I thought it kind of looked like a little pube.
Will that mess it up?
You know, it's like a
Yeah,
little
it shouldn't.
bush.
Just if you're talking normal, keep it here. That's fine. But if you're gonna get loud, just do one of these.
But
Look at
Excuse me.
that.
yeah, Rob,
That's all.
burp right into the mic.
Sorry.
People are gonna want to hear that.
This is gonna be great.
Yep. So talking regulars here, but if you're gonna be loud, just do one of these. I don't know.
But,
First dry run with these cheap mics.
But you know, 'cause you said like dad, you know, dad jokes and stuff, right, Kyle? You don't. I mean, I've seen your jokes, man. I went to your first show. I went to your graduation set, and then my point is, from since then up until now, I don't really hear you do dad jokes. So like, what's your style of comedy? You think?
Oh man,
Are you even a dad?
that's like tough. That is like
Cause like,
I used to call them stepdad jokes because I've
There you go.
always raised kids.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Good
like
man.
for the past
Sick.
like
good man.
8 years.
Yep.
You know, so it's just, but
It might be a hard question, but you could.
my style, I don't
Mhm.
know. I've always just been like self-deprecating, but like
Mhm.
I know what you mean, like that I don't do as many. Like my style has changed a bit,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's all within time too. Like whatever, like right now the stuff I'm going through is like
Mhm.
like I'm like not acting differently, but I don't know. Maybe this is the point in my life where I like break out more and I just do more things like
Yeah.
off cuff or
Mhm.
like stuff rather than just stick to a set.
Yeah.
I feel like in a way it's tougher for me to stick to a set.
Well,
So
because they say comedians take a lot of their, you know, like pain or whatever, like their traumatic experience, turn them into comedy. Would you agree with that?
absolutely,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's a big reason why I feel like most people
Mhm.
do it. You know,
Yeah.
we want to make other people happy.
It was that this made most famous by oh my god. Wow, that's so sad. I'm blanking on his name right now
Like a
because
comedian that.
I've seen a ton of his movies.
What, Robin Williams?
Yeah, that's a good Robin Williams quote, right?
Yeah,
And it kind of rings true.
I mean, at the
yeah,
end of the day, yeah, you know what I mean.
absolutely.
Everyone's got some type of. Well, who was it? Colleen in the in John's comedy class. Shout out to them, by the way. But you know, that was she said like no comedian had a perfect life in a way. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense because like you could turn those traumatic experiences or just a bad experience in general. We all have them into a joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Absolutely.
do you sell yourself doing stuff like that? I mean, I've seen your
absolutely.
comedy, dude. You do a lot of good. I like you're talking about like you said self-deprecating, but you do it well because like you worked at Taco Bell, dude. That's like perfect. You could make jokes about that.
Yeah. Oh,
You
absolutely.
know.
Taco. I worked at Whole Foods. That's even better. It's like
Mm.
you would expect Taco Bell, but Whole Foods, like,
Yeah. How was Whole
dude's the
Foods?
size of the whole store. Like,
Taco Bell with the size of a full store.
I broke 2 step ladders working at Whole Foods. Like that.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know if they're just we're like, oh, we'll go cheaper because people are skinnier here. But like, I don't know.
They're all vegans.
They were.
Then
one
Kyle
of
from
the-
Taco Bell showed up, and they were like,
It
"Oh."
wasn't one of those little giants. It was
Yeah.
like I don't know, Mini Murphy or something.
It's funny. Um, well, friggin', what was I gonna say? Like I said, so you know, you do a little bit of everything. I feel like comedy-wise, except for dad jokes. You know what I mean? But like, what kind of comedy? What kind of comedy you think you're trying to do now? I feel like you do trying to do some crowd work, right? What I've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think I was on the receiving end of that last week. That was fun.
Where at Blue Moon?
I
The Blue Moon.
Pub?
Blue Moon tomorrow, baby.
Oh yeah.
I
Gonna be
wish I
roasting
had a Blue Moon.
Oh man, we're gonna be roasting a certain someone on their birthday.
Dirty Grandpa.
Watch out, dirty grandpa.
He's coming. Kyle's coming for you.
It's going down.
You and your.
And you
dirty
can
ass.
talk about my sweatpants and all that. It's fine. I was looking to chill tonight. I had a rough night.
Yeah.
Plus,
He's
I
podcasting.
feel like a
chilling right now.
pregnant. I feel like a fucking pregnant chick when all she fits into is leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me feel
So
secure.
fuck you, but I'm roasting you harder than ever, baby.
Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
wait. I'm gonna get in between every slimy crack and crevice on that old ass body.
that old shitty body.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nah. We like
I
dirty
love
grandpa.
you.
We're starting
Happy
to roast
birthday,
already.
man.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's just a preview.
It's just a preview.
If he's watching. Nah, Dirty Grandpa's great. He's
He's gonna
funny.
watch.
Dirty Grandpa can watch.
He's like, I'm Dirty Grandpa.
And
Dirty,
he,
hey, Dirty,
Dirty
Grandpa.
Grandpa will watch, and he will be Dirty Grandpa while watching.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, you know, he's so good at watching because he's kind of the reason why motel rooms have have a chair next to the bed.
Oh
All
my god.
Oh, burn!
right.
Just a sneak preview. Sorry, Dirty. We love you, man.
Oh boy. You're getting
It's
the
all
roast
right,
started early.
brother. It's just an early birthday
Yep,
present.
that's it.
That's all.
How old is
Everyone's
he
like, "Who the
turning?
fuck is
He's
that
the
guy?"
one who's telling everyone to roast him.
Well, how old is he turning? Do you know?
I mean, I feel bad because out of anyone I should know, but I don't know exactly how old he's turning. I don't want to ask him. I mean,
Old,
I feel like he'd get the same way as a woman if I asked him.
old,
So,
old enough to still be dirty from the Woodstock, the Woodstock mud
my
pits.
God.
oh my god,
All right, poor Dirty's getting roasted. He's not even here.
it's all right.
Guys, it's okay. We're not talking shit about this guy.
Like I
Dirty
said, I'm
Grandpa.
digging in between
Yeah.
all the cracks and crevices
yeah,
tomorrow.
We're
So,
just
Don't go too deep.
yeah, we're just hoping that he.
what do
he
you mean
listens
go
to
to?
this.
No, I love him. I love him. He
Yeah,
is the man.
yeah. Dirty Grandpa is pretty funny. He
These might
he's
suck.
like one of those quick comics. You know what I
could have
mean?
told.
I just want to touch you. There we go.
Oh, what the
God.
fuck?
It's getting freaky on here. Told you it's the.
The casting. It's the Roy Brothers casting couch.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put
that-
you right in the middle where there's a bar.
Yeah, well, our friend Tom
Right in
started
between
that
both
one.
your ass cheeks.
Hey
I'm
Kyle, no
like-
one's gonna want to come on the show if they know they got a bar up their ass.
Now you know what to expect when you come and
Yup.
get interviewed.
I'm sorry, I
We'll
love
fix
you
it.
guys,
I'll
but
fix it. I'll
they'll-
put a
yeah,
some
they'll fix
cushion
it. So
down
all of you guys are fine, but I can be in
there.
pain.
Uncomfortable.
No, I'm kidding.
Because we
You
love
just,
you.
hey, dude, just sit on a pillow, man.
No, I'm only kidding.
Get your hemorrhoid
This is
pillow out the
literally.
car.
This is great.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly,
is.
it's a blast being on here with you
I'm
guys.
so glad you can
And,
make it, man.
Yeah, dude.
You know, you guys are.
I was excited for this. Dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about it at work today, and I was working on some of my comedy stuff in between before you coming over, dude. I was really looking forward to having you on.
No,
You know what I mean?
it means the
Yeah.
world to me. You guys are great friends, and honestly, like the fact that you guys started doing the comedy and like have like done so well with it and wanting to do it, it just
Mhm.
it makes me like so
He's like
so
you're a proud dad,
excited. Yeah,
proud comedy dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
bring it back
That's
to
my
dad jokes
boys.
then.
yeah. Here we
That's
go.
my boy.
You're the
Boys.
comedy daddy.
Yeah. Oh
The
man.
comedy. Isn't that?
Oh,
never mind.
yeah.
Is it something? I don't know.
Once
Comedy.
again, fuck yeah, that's hot.
Well, anyway,
No.
what do you get out of comedy, dude? Like you
man.
obviously, let's be honest, we do a lot of comedy for free at open mics and that stuff, but we do it because we love it. But like, mostly,
Right.
what do you get out of it?
No,
You
like,
know?
no, honestly, it's the same
Do you
thing
get
for
out
me.
of, like,
I
is it-
do it because I love it, and it just all these feelings that you'll never get doing anything else.
Mhm.
Like when you write your first joke, when when you write new jokes, and you write, you go up there and you have a different set, and even if it was like the same set but you changed it up a little bit, there
Mhm.
was something to be proud of. Like it's always a learning process too.
Yeah.
Like new things, and then you find ways to critique your set even more, and like
Mhm.
your performance and everything, and it's great. I love being able to make people laugh,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
having the ability. We're very fortunate for that, and
Like I said, man, we do it for free. We do it for the laughs, right?
absolutely, it's always for the laughs.
Well, it's like that rush too. You get.
You
know what I
get-
mean?
Yeah,
No,
just being
people
on
are coming out.
stage, even that. You
Yeah.
know,
What was it?
you said just being on stage too, like you said, the rush, just the exposure. You
Dude,
know,
Yeah.
it's freaking awesome, dude.
And-
Like it's like a drug. You chase it. You told me that, Kyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's true, and like it really is like no drug that you've ever tried. Like
Mhm.
just being able to go up there and get laughs, and
mhm.
but just knowing that people are coming out in their free time to see you, to depend on you to make them laugh. It's like it's this awesome feeling. Like
Yeah.
you're put to the
Yeah.
test every time. Like
Mhm.
and not every crowd is going to be amazing, and not every show is going to be amazing, but it's all part of the journey, and it's worth it. So
Definitely.
just got to keep up on it
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing it for well, how many years?
3,
3. He's
yeah.
been doing it for 3 years, guys, and he's got a lot of shows under his belt. You know what I mean? So take it from this guy. Gives me some. He gave us some pointers. You know what I mean? Um,
I'm no sensei
Sensei, just the comedy
per
dad.
se.
Just the comedy dad.
No, for you guys.
Yeah. Right.
For you guys, I've taught you guys some things,
Hmm.
and I'm fortunate to say that. But I don't look at myself as any, if it wasn't for people like John Parada, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's done it for everyone
Yeah.
around here, and
Dude. Honestly.
Yep, big shouts every episode
Dude, big
for
shout out
Johnny.
to John. It start
yes,
Kyle, like I said, you got me and Rob into it. And then from there I met John, and dude, I think Rob can agree, dude. Like John's freaking helped us out big time.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? You could thank there's tons of people we could thank in the comedy scene, you know what I mean? So I don't want anyone to think that we're
yeah.
not mentioning them.
No, we said that in episode 0 too. Just because you're not mentioning, there's nothing. There's no lines to be read. There's no in between the lines to be read on any of that.
Dude, there's a
It's
comics we
just.
meet every day that are they're great, that help us out, you know what I mean?
I'd like to ask
Oh,
Kyle a question though.
mm-hmm.
Ooh, kitty.
My
We'll
cat made
bring
an
the kitty in
appearance.
here. Um, so I think I'm gonna start doing this for everyone you interview because this part of comedy really intrigues me the most. And this is the question: is what does your writing process look like?
my
I'd like to
right.
dig in. I want to dig into every comic's mind that sits in the middle of us to and see what they do to write. I think that's intriguing.
No, definitely. So writing for me is more like I'll see something and I'll get the idea of it, and then I have to take down like that idea and maybe go back to it and fully write the joke, unless the full whoops, unless the full joke,
Don't
It's
fart.
all good. This is the
the
most lax podcast
There you
ever.
go.
the
Whatever.
holy shit,
I'll start over.
just drew a complete blank.
What's the writing
My mind
process
just
like?
farted louder than my fucking asshole ever has.
You didn't
Like,
even eat the Chinese food yet.
no, I haven't even eaten. That's why I'm
This
flustered.
guy literally came
I'm
on, didn't eat yet.
flustered.
He worked a long day.
Yep, and he still made
Props.
it. Props.
Well, I worked and then showered and put on sweatpants. I waited for Chinese food
Put
for
on
an
your
hour.
pregnancy clothes.
I literally did. Yeah, what is it? Maternity clothes.
What's
Yeah.
crazy too, he says Chinese food is supposed to be 15-minute no matter what, right?
I
It's
can't
always
believe
15 minutes.
It's always an
every
hour.
Chinese place I've ever been to, it's been 10 minutes. What is? They said 45 off rip. I knew it was something was up. I was like, I'm never ordering here again.
Yeah, the
They're on
chicken's
the
on
same.
a clothesline.
They're
in the
on the
back.
same street as me. They were on the same street as me, and they asked
Jesus.
me, "How do you spell the street name?" What?
Like, oh, Kyle Cody's doing a podcast tonight? Fuck this guy. Oh, now we're
They
going to make him
literally
lose his wallet.
They worked on the same street as I live on. They said where. They're like, okay, can you repeat that for me? Can you spell it? I'm like, we're both on the same street right now.
Yeah.
Literally right now, and you guys are gonna take 45 minutes
You can look at my
to
house.
make and deliver Chinese food. I'm pretty sure this isn't how it works. Never. I was told that the new owners there were awesome, and this was the first time.
Hey,
And I used to eat there as a kid all the time, and I was very depressed. Well, I haven't even eaten it yet, and I'm very depressed. But it better be good.
Haven't
don't
even
worry,
eaten
Kyle.
it
We'll
yet,
wrap
and I
this
don't
up
like
quick
it.
so you can get some
No.
food.
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm saying I'm very depressed because I don't think that food looks that great this
Well,
time.
hopefully it tastes
I got
delicious.
enough time to look at it. Some of it
Imagine what
looks
it looks
all
like.
right. Some crab rangoon.
Mm.
I just sounded like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh,
Give me the crab
Yeah,
rangoons.
some crab rangoon.
Goes, oh,
Yeah.
Snap into a
Crab
spare rib.
rangoon. Yeah.
Snap into a ring. Can't even say it. Snap into a crab rangoon. Oh, yeah. Anyway, writing process.
Yeah. So yeah. So again, what's the writing process look like for you?
So yeah, like I was saying, I really, when I see things and I get like that vision of it, so I get like the topic I want to use, and then I'm like, all right, um, whatever like really caught my brain,
Mhm,
and then I go in and I kind of like fill in the blanks later,
mhm,
um, or unless you like, some jokes you just think of right then and there,
Hmm.
and that's the best because you're like, I know this is gonna be a banger. Like,
So when that
uh,
happens, like, what do? You whipping out your phone? You got a pad and paper? What
yeah,
is it?
nowadays definitely pad and paper, but I was always putting it in my phone before. I think the notebook is definitely the best way to go, and I'm not talking about the movie, but I
Never
almost
let you
just
go.
had two Roy spitting beer at me. That was pretty cool. Um, yeah, but a notebook nowadays for sure because
I like it, man.
uh,
It's cathartic almost, right? Just like put pen on paper, hear the scratching. You
yes,
know,
So,
knowing work's being done.
yeah.
Like,
so you're saying you like writing it down like that? You retain it better? You think that's a more like
yeah, I think that's a better way.
optimal
I
way?
used to just like take videos on my phone
Hmm.
and stuff, and that works too. But I don't know. I feel like it's always good to have that notebook on you,
Yep.
and
Every comedian I've seen's got a notebook of some sort.
yeah,
I don't have
You
it
know.
with me now, but I usually keep like a field notes or like a little notebook in my back pocket or
Mm.
exactly.
something leather. You know, I got like a refillable leather cover thing like that I found on
But
Amazon. You know,
you know what's
Right.
fucked up? Rob wrote a joke in his notebook about United Airlines being upside down.
yeah.
Guess what this guy gets to do in a couple days.
Well, it's Delta Airlines actually,
Oh, Delta, my
and
bad.
I'm actually so instead of flying out of Boston, I'm flying out of PVD, aka Warwick, TF Green. I got to take American Airlines, but yeah, I get to fly. I'm making all these
Look at that.
jokes about them, so hopefully karma doesn't serve me up a cold
Joke's coming full
glass of,
circle, man. You'll be your own joke.
you know,
Hopefully not.
yeah, no,
Because we just
but
started
again,
this podcast.
yeah,
I'll have to
going to
replace
South
you with
Carolina.
Eddie, I guess.
That's fine.
Or our
You,
brother
hey,
Jonathan.
if I die in a plane crash next week, literally it's gonna be next week to the day.
It's
Eddie,
gonna
you can have all my equipment. You can have my stand, my camera, and all my mics.
you gotta put it in a will last minute.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying it now, so this it's legally
Gotta get to
binding.
keep the pube mic. It's got like a little, you know, it's like a pube of it. It looks like yeah, it
Whatever,
looks
man.
like little fluffy
That's what we
pubes,
do in a
bro.
budget, boys.
Hey, we're
Okay.
making it happen. You know what I mean? And I don't care if it looks like we're filming in my mom's
See,
basement.
you're here. You're fine. You sound good. I think. We don't know. It's the first time using the mics. If you're gonna be loud, just bring it down. That's all. You'll be
But
fine. Let it tickle your nose.
Yeah, like you grabbed my arm earlier.
Yeah. You're not gonna let that
what's this
go,
say
are
on your shirt, Kyle?
you?
Warning: this product contains nicotine.
Oh my
Nicotine is
god.
like, what are you, a big ass pack of cigarettes or something?
I'm a big old Dutch.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
Thick and delicious.
So,
Yeah.
is
Oh
that
yeah.
so, Kyle? Is that pretty much the gist of the writing process? Is
just
that it?
Third time's the charm.
well, just looking at
Because
things,
I
right?
have a
For
follow up
for
question
me
though, right?
for the most part, yeah. I just got that's kind of how I roll. Or nowadays, like we were saying, I kind of just work with the crowd a little more.
I like that. And then again, going back to it, things come to you. You whip
Hmm.
out the notebook, you write it down. But have you ever sitting, you ever sitting at a desk with a blank page and just writing from scratch without,
So yeah,
life hitting you?
yeah,
Does that work too?
yeah. I mean, it's a lot harder for me that way, but not like I feel like more so with where my brain is at now, that would be easier. But in back in time, I couldn't. I like if I just trapped myself in a room and tried to write, it was very hard,
Hmm.
very
That's what
difficult.
I'm kind of going through now,
Um,
personally. But I guess another question to follow up with that. So, you got ideas coming to you in real life. You're throwing them in a notebook. Maybe you're sitting down at your desk and you got a blank page. Now you got something good. Maybe you got a set figured out. Another good question that I like to ask is, how do you memorize it?
Yeah, that's a
oh,
good one.
Do you have
There's a lot of
do you
methods.
do you have a method to memorize? I'm kind of going through this now. I've been kind of using notebooks as a crutch and during open mics. I've only had one show, which is the graduation show Parada. I got one coming up at the end of the month.
it's
So it'll be good to hear this. But right now, all I can do is just rehearse, and I only got 5 open mics left of the show. So how do you do it? Do you listen to yourself back on a recording? Do you
I mean,
um
that's something that a lot of people do.
really? Because I was just
I
thinking like, oh, I'll record myself and put it in my
but
headphones
I
at
don't.
night and
Yeah,
just
I
go to
mean
sleep.
that's
I don't know.
something. I mean, hey, everything. You know, everyone's different, and I think that maybe that's something that could help you. I just when I started, I would always just like say my sets in my car while I was driving, or like, I mean, I don't feel comfortable enough in the shower. I'm not confident enough.
Confident enough to
So
do it at the stoplight, though.
yeah,
You
oh,
know.
absolutely. I'm just, I'm that type of person. I don't even like seeing myself naked. Like, I'm not comfortable.
Scared. Oh God, who is
Yeah,
that? Oh, that's me.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if the mirror is not foggy and I look out of the shower and then oh no,
Who the hell's that in my apartment? How the fuck did you get in here? Oh wait, that's me.
yeah,
God damn, you're looking good.
Oh my
Huh?
God.
yeah.
So, and I say, I find it personally. I like lately. I've been typing on my laptop if it's a longer set. But what I like to do is I like to I say it out loud, and my poor wife Melanie has to literally hear it 100 times, and then she goes to every single one of my shows. Shout out to her, she's great, and I appreciate all of her support. But I find it funny because I'm like, you want to hear this joke? She's like, do I have to? I've heard it a million times. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you gotta listen to it. But she's always there to listen to it, and it's funny because
That's awesome.
she hears at the show too, and she still laughs. So
Yeah.
but like my point is like I find it good to
She's
to
very
say it out
supportive.
loud. Yeah, she's super supportive. I mean, she was on between with you saying, hey, you should do it, and then she was like, I think she even told me like, I think you would like it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll give it a shot. And I texted Rob. You know what I mean? I
Yep,
was like, Kyle said we're gonna. Told me again. I didn't because you told me the first time I didn't do it because I was nervous.
yep.
And then Rob's like, well, we should do it. And then I was, fuck it, we did it. You know what I mean? So here we are.
Like I was saying, I said last episode to episode 0, I said, I was kind of talking shit a little bit. Like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Just blowing smoke over it. Then you come to face with it, like, hey, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just and there you go.
we did it, man. And you know what?
And what's funny too? Maybe you guys can relate. Is when I knew I wanted to stick with it was, and I haven't been doing it long, so take it with what you will. But I guess the first time I bombed, like actually bombed, like in front of people, and you tell your punchline, and it's literally like this.
Yeah.
There's one guy coughing in the back. You're like, shit, I just tried a bunch of punchlines and I landed. So there's like, for me, there's two types of myself. It's either when I do anything, it's number one, it's going to be do it. If something like that happens, I never come back. I'm discouraged. Maybe I cry a little bit in my car on the way home.
Cry
Or
yourself.
do I come back motivated? And when that happened, I came back motivated.
Yep.
And that told me everything I needed to know about what we're doing.
Honestly, I
Absolutely.
think that stuff is like, you know, seeing you, Kyle, do it for so long. I've seen you with so many different crowds, and then at the end of the day, whether you bomb or you don't, what I mean? I hate to say that word bomb because it's like that, what I mean? Everybody has it. It all depends on the crowd. I've bombed plenty of times, and it's gonna happen. You just
It,
take it as a learning experience, right, Kyle? Would you say it's a learning
as
experience?
as a comic though, it also depends what you bring to the table that night.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in there and you're not in like a positive mood, or you're not, the crowd is going to take from you what you give,
Mm-hmm.
so some crowds, yes, are tougher than others, but sometimes it's also on
Mm-hmm.
how you present your jokes,
Mm-hmm.
so it all depends really, but
Yeah. Well,
um
Rob, when you go up stage, I notice like you kind of grab the mic, like the mic stand, and you're talking with the crowd. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like a different person up there, or like you channeling like something like you know what I mean? Like how
That's kind of,
are you,
that's a good
are
question.
you channeling like something that's like that just wants to come out? Because dude,
When
I see you up there, and I'm like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Even Liz was like, dude, you're like a character up there, like, but like at the same time, it's like you. You know what I mean? So like,
so when you see me, so there's also two facets of what I do is like, so like Blue Moon, no one's gonna really know if you haven't been, but when I was up there, I kind of
mm,
kind of read off my notebook a little bit, and it sounded really robotic and scripted. But when I rehearse enough jokes over time, let's say 3 months worth at like
mm,
the old Touch Lounge, I'm able to just throw a bullet point on an index card and hang out. So when my arm goes up and I'm just leaning on the mic stand, I'm telling my thing, I have it committed to memory, but not word for word, just points in my head, and then you riff off of those points.
mhm.
But yeah, you're right. You're kind of a different person when you're up there. You're kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Um, it's like you channel some comedic,
some some
this
comedic,
alter ego.
yeah.
I'm not Rob up there. I'm whatever.
You're Robert up there.
I'm
You're not Rob. You're Robert.
Robert. No,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's actually another question for even Kyle or anybody out there is like, do you put on a persona when
Yeah.
you go up there? Does it give you a chance to role play to be someone else? I don't know. I think
I
'cause-
feel like I'm completely myself up there,
yeah.
but for other people, I'm
Mhm.
sure, it does. Well, there definitely are other people that do that, that
I mean, I'm me,
that
but
go up there and have like this persona that they're trying to master, and some of those people are absolutely hilarious. There's no
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not trying to put on like an act almost because some people like you can go back in time
some
if
people
you
do.
look at
They
the old
just act
masters
characters.
like
They have
back
characters of
yeah back from when like stand up was really getting going. I forget the names of the comedians, but they would literally that was their act was being an act was maybe being the stupid guy, but he wasn't really stupid. He was just playing the
Yeah.
stupid guy. That's actually a great question.
Yeah.
We should keep that
Yeah.
for whoever we interview
Yeah.
next.
Well, I
Do you put on
definitely.
persona? But yes and no, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it gives you a chance to be,
Well,
you know,
it's crazy because it's like I personally, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like I never thought I'd like the attention, but not to sound arrogant or cocky, but I kind of like the attention. It's nice, like especially if like you kind of go throughout life, like you don't feel like people really give a shit about what you have to say or kind of like what or like you just feel kind of like inadequate in some instances. Like, dude, it's like you go up there and people laugh at your jokes. It's like it's a big fucking confidence
dude.
boost.
Again, like I said earlier when Kyle was saying, "Wow, it's silent. I thrive on this." But think about that for a second. If it's silent, people listen to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
You know what's
maybe that's the
funny?
first time you're listened to,
Yeah.
and it just kind of really listened to, right? Like
You
you ever
mean
see Fight Club, right? These,
yeah,
hey, are you really listening to me, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak?
yeah.
And it kind of
Mhm.
feels like people are really listening to you.
See, and you can like if you
That's an
guys
addiction in its own.
notice when you're telling your jokes up on stage, people will look at you and and then I don't know if it's weird, but I make eye contact with people. But
Yeah,
like,
try.
dude, Johnny Rotten will sit there. I love this guy because I'm telling my jokes. He's like,
I fucking love
dude, he's
Johnny.
like invested. He's
Mhm.
like loving.
Johnny Ron's such a good dude,
Yeah,
man.
he's awesome. You
That's
know,
my brother.
Shout out.
we'll get him on the show too.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
But you know,
He's pumped already. I could guarantee
yeah,
it.
yeah, we'll talk to him
Fuck yeah,
tomorrow
dude.
night. It's gonna be a good
Yeah, we'll
time.
talk to Johnny,
Fuck
man.
yeah!
Yeah, yeah,
Johnny's such a good man.
yeah.
I'll, dude, can't wait. But anyways,
You know what's funny? We make fun about we joke about Dirty Grandpa wearing a trench coat, but Johnny Rotten legit wears a trench coat.
he does,
Yeah, he
but he doesn't
does.
flash people like dirty.
No,
Oh.
no, Johnny Rotten's great. Shout
No,
out to him.
he just blocks me in there, dumpster, and
Yeah.
parks there, so I can't
Hey,
get out.
I'll
hey,
let you speak to that.
It's
shout
all
out to
right.
him. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? And all the comics
He's a
that blew
great
him up.
guy.
Yeah,
He is, man.
but
Dude, I've
I
not
love
met
him.
one bad person. I've not met
yeah,
like
everyone's super
I love,
supportive.
man. Rhode Island comedy scene. We're shining the light on everyone, man. Starting with Kyle here,
Everyone's
everyone,
super
man.
supportive.
Just 100% the best people I've met.